I'm not going to be summoning on the Assault Meliodas Banner. I think if Netmarble have proved 3 things in the last month and a bit, it's that 1, they don't even play their own game because they have no handle on the community. They have no idea how it feels to have just crazy banner after crazy banner rammed down your throat, and absolutely no possible way to even think about summoning on all of them unless you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars. 2 is that they're a bunch of fucking liars. Everything that they said in the developer notes in November is just absolute bullshit. And 3 is that they're absolutely full of shit. Like, whatever they say, how can we trust anything they say now? In the November development notes, they said, to close, we would like to acknowledge issues that many of you have with the game, such as the repetitive gameplay, equipment farming fatigue, and the rapid hero release schedule. We wholly understand these points and how they affect you, and we're going to try and come up with improvements as soon as possible after careful consideration. Now, back in November, things were pretty bad. Banners were coming out very, very fast, but since then, it has escalated so much faster. If you have a look in the game at the moment, the last like 3 and a bit weeks, we've had the Archangels banner, we've had the Festival King banner as well, man. That was only 3 and a bit weeks ago, and next week they want to now dump on Assault Mode Meliodas. It's beyond ridiculous, man. They are just taking the piss at this point. There are so many crazy, essential, must-summon banners that so many players were looking forward to playing this game, saving up, and the banners coming out at like even a half reasonable time. But Assault Melee coming out like directly after the Archangels banner, and not to mention that you completely fucked over pretty much everybody that summoned on the Archangels banner by removing like all of the really good characters like Blue Demon Meliodas and Escanor and Ladociel that were in this pool, and replacing them with like Matrona and Deldry and Death Pierce. Like, you're just taking the piss at this point, man. The banners are coming out like 4 to 5 times faster than they were on the Japanese version, and they're shitter as well. They are so much worse. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Netmarble? Do you play your own game? Do you know anybody that plays the game? Do you listen to people that play the game? It's beyond ridiculous. I'm going to be boycotting the Assault Mode Meliodas banner. I will not be summoning, I will not be spending on this banner, and I encourage you to do the same. But I want to go over a few points here. If you're with me on this one and you don't want to summon on this banner and you want to join the boycott for the Assault Melee banner, please go to the Google Play or App Store and leave a 1-star review with hashtag boycott Assault Melee 2021, and also feel free to leave your feedback and general thoughts about the game as well. Again, the more constructive you can be, the better as well. Number 2, I encourage you to dislike the Assault Melee announcement video on YouTube. Again, it's already like being ratioed like crazy as we speak. But yeah, like, you know, add another dislike to the fire, boys. Also, 3 is don't summon on the Assault Meliodas banner. But also number 4, and this one's really important, please do not harass or bully anybody that chooses to summon on this banner. Our frustrations are at Netmarble and not our brothers and sisters that may be having a hard time during this pandemic, and 7 Deadly Sins is their main outlet of stress relief. So I understand that, again, not everybody's going to support this movement. But I don't want people that are part of this to harass people that do want to summon on this banner. Like, if they've been saving up their gems, if they're free to play, if they only care about Meliodas, then yeah, I just don't want any, like, you know, negative stuff being sent their way. So if you could keep it as respectful as possible within the community, and again, our frustrations are at Netmarble, completely fucking over global players and the global server, and as a whale, I can wail out to my heart's content. I can summon on every banner, I can max out absolutely everything, but none of that means shit if the game's dead in 6 months' time, because they're just rushing out banners and completely screwing over the free-to-play player base. It is so important that the game continues to appeal to non-spenders and minimal spenders, because if you only have the whales in a free-to-play mobile game, that is a very, very dead game. And if they just keep on fucking over their community, setting middle fingers, just bullshitting in the dev notes and not really taking into consideration the feedback, then the game's just gonna go rapidly downhill. It's gonna create like a massive surge of distaste and anger towards Netmarble, which I think we really see surface today within the Grand Cross community. They haven't listened to us. They've lied to us about making improvements to increase kind of like gem gain and maybe slow down the banner rates and kind of make it more feasible. And in December, they had some good events, running 2 final bosses and also you know, the New Year gem calendar was really good. It was like a total of 100 and a bit additional gems. But the thing is, when you drop a fucking like Festival King banner, where you need to get like 900 guaranteed to get this, man, and then you also drop the Archangels banner 2 weeks later, and then 2 weeks after that you drop the Assault Meliodas banner, and everybody and their mum knows that for the 1 year anniversary it's going to be the 1 Escanor as well. It's like that 100 gems, does it really touch the sides? Does it really do anything significant? And the answer to that is fuck no, it doesn't really do shit, you know? The drop rates are so incredibly terrible when it comes to the festival banners, generally speaking. This one was actually a little bit better, having the 0.5 on King, but for the 1 Escanor banner and the Lost Vein and Goddess Liz banners, it was a 0.25% drop rate on those characters. And that is a 1 in 400 that you're going to get that character from any individual pull, which means on a 0.25% drop rate, on average, it's just under 1,200 gems to get 1 copy of that character. So it's absolutely absurd. Even at the 0.5% drop rate, again, on average, it's a little bit below like 600 gems on average to get 1 copy of that character. And when you're throwing like 100 gems via events of the community, again, it just doesn't touch the sides. It just doesn't do anything significant enough. And the thing is, we are so close to being now the same level in terms of character release schedules as the Japanese version, and the content is catching up much faster as well. But there's been a slew, there's been a massive chunk of events that have just never dropped on global. Like the Japanese version by now, I think has had anywhere between about 12 to 14 towers, and towers are a great source of anvils, hammers, gems, but currently on global, we've never had a dead tower week, at least to the best of my memory, on the Japanese version. But last week they couldn't even be bothered, or they couldn't even fit in the release of Season 3 of Tower of Trials. We've got 2 towers on global, and we've had, you know, 2 sets of those rewards, whereas the Japanese version have had multiple reruns of certain towers, like so many gems, anvils, additional rewards, cosmetic upgrades, also like tons of additional events that have returned, like the disaster event. I think that one is actually coming back next week. There's a great source of gems, but there's been like this prolonged period of time where they've had more time to save up on the Japanese version and prepare for these banners, but also at the same time they've had a lot more events, a lot more rewards, a lot more resources, and just generally speaking, the Japanese developers are so much more generous in comparison to the global version. They try to cut corners at every single angle, and you really do see that when it comes to the release of like the friggin' Archangels banner, man, like removing like Ladociel and like Blue Team Melee and Escanor and putting in like absolute trash characters that are gonna do like nothing for the most part for people's rosters. I mean, Death Pierce, you know, like ain't the worst character, man. He's pretty good on the sub, but the thing is, like, he's in like every single banner. Like most people that are actively playing, you know, already have this man 6/6, and he's in like the part 1 tickets. Like he's a very common character to pull. So yeah, they've just been like shafting us in every single direction, and I'm sick of it, man. I'm really sick of it. And I love 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Like this is my fun side hobby game. I enjoy playing it so much, and I don't want to see the game die to shitty, greedy decisions. They're not even greedy decisions, man. They just make absolutely no sense in my opinion. But these are some resolutions that I would be satisfied with. So there are 2 main ones. The first one is make a public apology, and with the release of this banner, give every single player a free copy of Assault Meliodas. I think that would be a good meet in the middle for this banner. I think this is their best possible resolution, and if you don't want to do that, Netmarble, that is just fucking stingy in my opinion, especially if you genuinely meant the stuff that you said in the last developer notes as well. And number 2 is, this is an alternate one as well. Again, if you want to be super greedy, super stingy, and not give every player like a single copy of Assault Meliodas, make a public apology and delay the release of Assault Mode Meliodas and this banner until April, a month after the one Escanor, kind of the expected release time for this banner. And also the final point is, please, for the love of God, we've had this a couple of times before and we've been like, oh, go on then, but this is not the time to do it. Please don't you even fucking dare think about sending the community, we sorry, here's 15 gems, we're so sorry, we honestly, we hear your feedback. We as always, you know, we wholly understand these points and how they affect you, and we're gonna try and come up with improvements as soon as possible after careful consideration. We've got to carefully consider, you know, and then just like fuck all of that. So ladies and gentlemen, I will not be summoning on the Assault Mode Meliodas banner. This character as well, just to give you a sense of perspective, is going to be shit for global PvP. Absolutely shit. Lost Vein Meliodas and Sariel clap this man so damn hard. And there's no the one Escanor. Every single PvP team has either like Sariel or Lost Vein Meliodas at the moment. And like 2 golden cleave cards, so either character will just wipe that team. It is like such an easy takedown. Like Sariel, man, is going to be mowing down Assault Melee teams. I kind of hope that some people actually do summon on this banner, just so I can like fucking destroy them in PvP with like 2 Sariel cards, man, and just make them regret their decision. But yeah, I really hope that some of you out there kind of feel the same way I do about how Netmarble have been treating global, treating the community at the moment, and I really do hope that you will support me as well and not summon on this banner. But again, if you have your reasons for summoning on this banner, I don't seek to bully or harass you. Aside from in PvP, you're getting fucking wrecked, mate. But verbally, you know, please just chill, guys. You know, if people want to summon on this banner again, don't send any hate their way. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.